Hello my sweeties and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know me, my name is Elise and thank you for joining my spooky little family. In today's video, we will be talking about men. Let's get into the video. I never knew I would sit here on this channel and say we are talking about men, but here I am. I have my favorite Pinot Noir here ready because we've got a lot to unpack with this one. Oh boy. Written and directed by Alex Garland, starring Jessie Buckley and Rory Kinnear, Men follows a young woman who goes on a solo vacation to the English countryside following the death of her ex-husband. So I went into this film not having read a synopsis, nor did I see a trailer, so I only knew of the title and that it was from A24, and I was already sold. Now, I went to see this on Friday, and I came out feeling really conflicted. So I decided to process it for the night, and then I went to see it again last night. And my second watch just helped solidify what I had been feeling. Now, before I go on a whole wild rant right now, let me talk about some things that I actually liked. There is some really good camera work and beautiful cinematography here. I also really liked the haunting imagery that's used throughout the film. It did add a level of intensity that was really nice. Sequences like the tunnel scene and the church flashback are meticulously crafted and well thought out. The performances here are also very good. Rory Kinnear essentially plays all of the men, which from an acting standpoint, I think was absolutely amazing. Albeit questionable in context, but we'll get back to that in the rant. Each character he plays, he gives very unique mannerisms and dialects to, and it made the world feel so real. And this is where the story goes downhill. It's kind of hard to discuss this movie because essentially there is no story, and I don't mean that in a rude way. Like, the story is really an afterthought. The story takes a backseat to Alex Garland's poor analysis of what it's like to be a woman. It's almost as if he came up with the idea that he wanted to write a movie about how men treat women in society and couldn't get past the outline stage. He relies heavily on cliched versions of discourse instead of actually understanding what that discourse is trying to say. And not only does he not understand it because he is not a woman, he doesn't even understand it well as a man, so there's that. Everything about this movie is surface level. Even the characterization of her abusive ex-husband sounds like it came straight from a soap opera. He couldn't actually think of ways men treat women, so he just made him physically and emotionally abuse her. Cool. And the emotional abuse honestly feels like he just looked up the definition of gaslight on Google. This bleeds heavily into the story as well. Because he sees Jessie Buckley's character Harper as a vessel for women's trauma, he forgets to actually write her like a real person. And ironically, he doesn't even know how to write men characters either. At this point, I don't know if Alex Garland just hasn't met another human being. I mean, can we talk about the priest monologue at the end? What in the world was that? It's like Alex Garland was trying to reach the minimum word count on his essay about how scared he is of vaginas. It is so cringy, and it was really hard to watch a second time, I am not gonna lie. The movie forgoes any depth and replaces it with flashy camera work and melodramatic dialogue. Okay. This kind of leads into my other issue. The standout performance is not from our leading lady, but from all 15 Rory Kinnears. Now, this part is going to be a bit of a spoiler, so if you actually want to go and see Men, maybe you want to click out now. But I think the ending requires its own discussion because it's really what ties together the shallowness of the story. So after the priest goes on his monologue about power, the men start giving birth to each other in an unending cycle. Yes, that like legitimately happens. Eventually, it results in Harper's husband being the last form they take. Wow, I am like so shocked. This is like so deep, bro. He tells her that all he wants is her love, and it is implied in the epilogue that she kills him. Then the movie just ends. Like, that's it. I think what Alex Garland thinks he did was make an empowering scene where Harper defeats the cycle of violence, when in reality, the implication is that to end this cycle, a woman needs to bear the responsibility and teach men to do better. Which, like, honestly, fuck you. Look, I'm not even interested in discussing this film anymore. So with that, I am going to be giving Men 1.5 levs out of 5. Mostly for performances and camera shots because there really is nothing else here. But honestly, guys, we really need more women telling women's stories because this was not it. All right, you guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe as it really helps me a lot. And be sure to click that little notification bell to be up to date every single time I upload. And let me know in the comments, have you seen Men? Did you enjoy it? Or was it not really for you? I'd love to talk about it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.